Hello everybody and welcome to Let's Try. My name is Retromation and this is Aethermancer, a creature collecting RPG roguelite that I'm excited to be checking out the demo for here today. It is made by the team that created Monster Sanctuary and it seems really neat, seems very up my alley, so in we're gonna go to see what it's all about. Here we go. For too long you've overstepped your place. Me? Void will cover every city of our world, starting in Vigil. A fitting end, if considered. All was created, now all shall share our fate. First the fractured ruins, then all Terraste. Okay. Then you, me last, Mithras. Oh. Syrinx. Okay. I'll take your word for it. Choose your soul-mounted monster. You can start with this monster in future runs. Okay, so we've got two that we can pick between right now. Sharuf and Jotun. Okay, show details. All right, what do we have? Got Fire Wolf. Whenever this monster applies one or more burn stacks to an enemy, break a poise on them. I'm assuming that's going to be some kind of like stun meter. 2 times 3 damage against the target enemy, purges an enemy ether. I don't know, man. 3 times 3 damage against target enemy applies burn. So we got like critical, purge, and burn. And earth, fire. Okay. Like, it's probably the more aggro one is my guess. Tank, shield, age? Okay. Whenever the damage is dealt to this monster's shield, deals a combined water and wind hit to the attacker with that much damage. Shield and redirect. Okay, so yeah, got like a little bit more of a shield-generating tank type character, or this cooler Brian. I'm gonna go for you. I don't know, I like the aggro approach. We're inside the void now. The entirety of the fractured ruins has been devoured by it. Wild monsters roam this area. My old friend, I will once again require your support in battle. Go into the fire. Wild monsters blocking our path, we will have to fight it. Monsters can use different actions in combat. Most actions will cost ether to be used. There are 4 different elements: fire, earth, water, and winds. You currently don't have much ether. Your only option is to use your monster's basic attack, which can always be used to generate additional ether based on your monster's elements. So theoretically, since this is earth and fire, we're going to generate one of each. Is that the idea? Yes. You can see in the top left. Okay, that's kind of interesting. That's already a unique take. Because I do know that we're going to be getting a squad of at least 3. So that's kind of interesting to juggle that. Every enemy has a poise weakness. The color of the diamond icon next to their health bar corresponds to the element that they are weak to. Attacks of those elements with enough hits of that element. Okay, attack with enough, hits of that element, and they will become staggered. Staggered enemy skips the next action, and all damage against it is increased by 50%. Try it out. You have enough ether. Now stagger your enemy. I mean... So we could go for grapple. Purge 1 enemy ether. Okay, so like it's kind of like a mana reduction. Does extra poise damage. Just want to check here. Gotcha. Stagger. The enemy monster is now staggered, which means you can capture. Ooh. Capture action lets you gain a monster's memento, which permanently unlocks that monster across all runs. Use the capture action on the enemy now. It's one of the Aethermancer's actions. Heal target ally for 15. We have 3 charge that. Okay, crafts a memento of the target's staggered monster. Consumes a blank memento, though. Warptinger unlocked. I mean... Sorry, pal, I'm just going to murder you. It's crispy in my right ear, but only my right ear. Worthiness. This is the worthiness screen. Your monsters gain worthiness in combat through a variety of means, like dealing damage, healing allies, or preventing enemy actions. Worthiness provides small permanent bonuses to your monsters, which persist when you rebirth. It is a roguelite, they did say, so we have, like, permanent progression between runs. Yeah, okay. Okay. Level halfway through level 1. Interact. Gain 25 ether crystals. Worth noting, I'm playing this on Steam. If you see the PlayStation controls, it's because I'm playing with a PlayStation controller. Ah, there's a monster shrine over there. These constructs have been created by my kind over the thousands of years. I can perform monster rebirth there. We should do so. Safety in numbers. So what? Can we pick anything that we have a memento of? Add a new monster to your party. You only require a monster soul to do so. Each monster shrine may only be used one time. You start each run with 3 monster souls. Each monster shrine offers you a random selection of monsters equal to the amount of monster souls that you have. However, you also need to unlock monsters with the mementos. Yep. Okay, we only have the one. Let's see, what do you got going on, loosely? This monster can copy the last 2 enemy actions and use them once. Ooh. Uncopied action purges the same amounts and elements of ether as were spent on said action. Huh. So it's like a I'm you but better kind of guy in a way. 2 times 2 damage target enemy and applies sidekick to self. I don't... Oh, okay, there we go. When another ally attacks, trigger a sidekick attack on the monster. Okay, there's a lot. So, like, there's a lot going on here, which is kind of nice. And then we have wind kick, which is a refreshing, super straightforward one while we're learning what's going on. Welcome aboard. This time, let's initiate combat by performing a Void Blitz. This ability allows the Aethermancer to ambush the enemies, which removes 2 poise from the targeted enemy, making them easier to stagger. X is Void Blitz. Okay. Okay, so we staggered that one initially. Your party's almost complete. You just need your 3rd monster now. To add a 3rd monster, you need at least 1 more memento. Stagger 1 of the enemy monsters and capture it. Well, okay. Can I inspect? Okay. Can I take a look at them? I sure can. 2-headed. Oh, my word. Got lots of things here. Then we have Hot Temper. Applies burn. So doesn't ours have some kind of synergy with burn? Whenever this monster applies 1 or more burn. Burn, when this monster consumes ether to use an action or gets interrupted, deal fire damage equal to the amount of stacks. So having more than 1 burn unit does not seem problematic. It seems maybe synergistic, in fact. So maybe I do want the funny chicken. So we can only... I don't know if we can only capture 1. You know what? Let's try this here first. We'll go for it. Lad's a fire guy anyways, too. Okay, so now I do need to know what sidekick is. So basically, when another ally attacks, you will attack too. I think let's go ahead and try and focus down on 1 here. We have the sidekick, and then we can go for the ignite. Finish this guy off next turn. And then we boop. Or even this turn, yeah. I thought that was factoring in the sidekick damage already. Okay, and then we won't be able to do the burn. And we can't generate any burn energy with you here. Purge 1 enemy ether. So it looks like I actually will make it so they can't cast their spell. So that's kind of interesting. Oh, they have a passive. Doesn't matter. Just eat that real quick. Oh no. They just moved to do the basic attack instead. Gotcha. So I want to see, is there a quick way of seeing, like, there's no mouse controls yet. which is, you know, hey. But there's got to be a quicker way to know what that move is. 4 times 5 damage against target enemy. Deals 5 damage. Hit to self. Okay. I mean, we will just go ahead and break you. And then I'm going to kill you. I don't want you. I don't want your kind here. I want to keep one option open. What if there's something really cool? Okay, so you're level 2, which means we can get a new trait. Ooh. Whenever an enemy gets attacked for the second time in a turn, it triggers burn on them. That's good with the sidekick ability. Bonus to crit damage. Every third hit of an action is a crit. For multi-target actions, it's every second hit against a monster instead. Controlled burn aura. Aura affects all allies or enemies at once. You can only have one of each aura trait across all monsters. They don't stack. One of each aura trait across all monsters in your party. For every ether purged or stolen by allies, apply a burn to the enemy with the lowest amount of burn. That's kind of interesting. So if we mana burn them, we... Okay. It's kind of interesting, but rapid fire is really good at just focusing down a single lad. That's kind of nice. Trigger burn. I'm assuming it just procs the burn damage that's already on them. It's tricky because these are all like actually very interesting abilities. I'll go for rapid fire though. They're all very actually interesting choices. 2 skill rerolls. Void jump. You're up at height now. You can use the void dash to dash between cliffs. When you get close to another cliff, you can see Phantom of Sirius indicate you can void dash. Okay. Whoop. Hello. A body made of ether and a fellowship of beautiful little monsters. You must be an Aethermancer. Hope you're here to help us out and not cause more problems. Try my best. Who's us? Sorry, rid of me to not introduce myself. I'm Lily, resident witch of Pilgrim's Rest. You should come visit sometime. It's beautiful when there isn't a void threatening to swallow it whole. Perhaps I will. My name is Sirius. I hope that no ill fate befalls Pilgrim's Rest and its people. That's sweet of you to say. I hope that your town is safe and nobody dies. That's very sweet of you. I knew it. Somebody with a band of monsters following them around can't be a bad person. How about this? Meet me in Pilgrim's Rest and I'll offer you my services. I'm an expert at soul bonding, you see. Uses monster's memento to bond its soul to you, which means it's always there with you when you need it. So whenever I go into the void anew, it's there by my side if I choose it. That could be useful indeed. Exactly. Also, I can help you out whenever you run across each other in the void. Here, have this blank memento. You can use it to craft the memento of any monster, right? Okay, so we didn't need to be as stingy, maybe. Oops. Can we get down? Some monsters will attempt to ambush you. When you get close to them, you can press X to use Void Parry to counter their ambush, giving you the same advantage. Okay. What is that little snake creature, man? Tatzelwyrm. Tatzelwyrm. Earth and fire. Hello. On crit, apply poison. Gains 3% crit chance for every poison on the enemy. Huh. 2 times 3 damage against all enemies. It's kind of interesting. On crit, target burn. Firestorm in specific does seem pretty good for us. Heals target ally for 3 times 7 and apply regen to all monsters. I mean, that sounds it sounds nice to have some kind of support here. 4 times damage and apply 3 weakness. Set the base damage of each attack hit to 1. Okay, I feel like I should probably at the very least, try and capture you. Or there's no try. Do or do not. There is no try. You're weak to bubbles. However... Do we really care to do that right now when we could just start doing a bit more damage? I do feel like there has to be a way. I refuse to believe it won't let me see what the enemy's doing easier than this, right? Am I out of my mind? Am I just supposed to... No? Like, surely I'm not supposed to do this every time. Like, I think that... Because, yeah, it tells me what it's going to do, but I don't know what that symbol means until I look. Right? No. Okay. Maybe I don't actually know. Okay. But they are going to be attacking the top character. Yeah, it feels like that could do a little bit with a little bit of help, but oh well. I think we will just go ahead and do that. Get the stagger on. Okay, so we can't do that. Maybe we can't do that more than once in a turn. We will try next turn here. Just kidding. I'll kill him. I'm too good. I'm too good and thus bad. Two times 6? I mean, we're definitely killing here. Okay, we got a crit, surely, right? So often we're doing more damage than I would expect. Warpeltinger. Aura sidekick attacks from allies do 2 times 2 damage hits. You can only have one of each aura trait across all monsters in your party, and auras don't stack. Are those 2 separate thoughts, or is it just the same thought? Because if it's just saying the same thing twice, it actually ends up being more confusing. But, so can I'm assuming each character can have an aura. At the very least, right? One of each aura trait. Every 3 crits generate a wild ether. Could be used for anything. I like make it double. I like the idea of this sidekick strat. Just feels kind of fun. Oops. Branching paths. I can sense that each path will take me to a different zone. All part of the same biome, but with different fate in store for me. This is but the beginning of my journey towards the core of the void. Ether Spring, Envoy, Night. Hell if I know. I'll go to the Night. Hello. When choosing your monster, you should primarily consider the monster's signature trait, elements, and types. That way you can quickly identify what the monster's strengths and what role it can play in combat. I see. I feel like having somebody who can do regen sounds really helpful. However, I now see that you have the sidekick ability somewhere. Okay. Alright, screw it. Aggro it is. We're a burn and sidekick build. So the knight lets us... Oh, no, the knight's up here. Gotcha. Hello. Hail, fellow void delver. You've terrible affliction upon you. Your head is on fire. That's just my face. I'm an Aethermancer. My name is Sirix. Apologies, never met an Aethermancer, although I heard many stories about your kind. Hope nothing that paints us as too villainous. Villains, hey, you're the heroes, guiding monsters towards worthiness, helping out across Terrastay. That's certainly the idea in practice, however, our history looks a bit different. Don't worry about ancient history. When I think about it, though, history's what's made me come here in the first place. History of the Fractured Ruins, just like every true monsterkin. Always been my dream to be here. To walk the pilgrimage path, pass through the ancient gates, see the beauty of the city itself. You know, I believe the monster deities are still here. They only show themselves to the most courageous and worthy of monsterkin. That's what it said in the stories that's what it said in the stories my mother read to me. Sadly, most of the monsterkin I met in Pilgrim's Wrath don't believe me, so... but I don't care. I'll keep venturing into the void until the monster deities themselves recognize me as a monsterkin true and noble. Besides, as fellow void delvers, I'm sure we can help each other out. I like to collect equipment, you see. Sometimes I'm even able to upgrade them. Let me show you what I can do for you. Hold a small box in his ear and shakes it. It's a mystery loot box. Pick the equipment or get gold. I mean, I'll take it. Excelsior, will you look at the loot? Choose one. On a single target attack, if the enemy have 5 or more ether, Persian ether, at the start of combat, apply a force to yourself, which turns your first hit into a critical hit, doing an extra poise damage. It's pretty good. When the monster applies a debuff to an enemy, 20% chance to apply another stack of the same debuff. At the start of combat, apply a force to itself. Interesting. I mean, I feel like... Yeah, we'll go for the extra purge, probably. This could be good for applying extra stacks of burn, which seems to be a thing that we maybe care about. Because it has to be debuffs. It can't be the sidekick. You know, let's go for chain. It's more straightforward. So that one's good. I mean, good choice. Single has to be a single target attack. I feel like let's just put it on our main man for right now. You're back up at heights. You can perform a void blitz. To land on an enemy that is on the ground, it loses 3 points instead of 2 if you... Interesting. Something going on here or what? We can break the chest by dashing into... Gotcha. Hello. I wonder if that knocks me out of the zone, so I'm just going to wait a moment. This is a void meteorite, a fragment of a dying star that's landed here. They're quite rare. Something must have pulled it here by force. Okay. Can bestow an elemental affinity perk to one of your monsters, enhancing the basic attacks to deal damage of the respective element and generate additional ether of said element. I feel like... Because you had a really good burn ability. Maybe we just want a +1... basic attacks now do fire damage. And generate additional fire ether. I feel like we want to be generating more fire ether. Let me do it again. Okay. It's over. I have the high ground. Okay, so it's the same lads here. Your monsters don't have to fight alone. The Aethermancer can also use certain actions, such as artifacts, special items that you can use in combat. Yeah. Okay, so we already saw the potion, basically. Apply sidekick to the self. I mean, you're almost donezo. You're pretty frail. You're attacking the middle. You're attacking everybody. But we could break your poise relatively easily. Because we do fire damage with our basic attack as well. Let me see. Yes, so we could break your... We could break your poise. Which just sounds nice to do. We also get to trigger the sidekick attack. So we at least get the stun off there. Like, your ability, it is what it is. We're just going to generate water and wind, I suppose. Do I want to... sure. Let's get one. nice to have the options. And then I guess we'll just go ahead and do a basic attack. Yeah. Just do a standard little dinky hit. How dare you? Okay, we're hurting. Beware, at least one of your enemies is close to getting to reset its poise. Okay. Apart from resetting the poise, reset actions generate a random ether and trigger an additional effect based off of the monster. Enemies use reset actions the turn after they're staggered or when enough turns pass without them getting staggered. Okay, well... Firestorm does damage against all enemies. Seems relatively appealing. Aqua Pounce. 3 times 2 damage against a single enemy is also going to be good for knocking that out. But I think that's my only AoE. Yeah, since it's my only AoE, I think we do just go for it. Knock the cockatrice out of the way, I think is going to be a good call. Does mean if I want to stagger you... I mean, we could also just end up killing you. I think the stagger makes sense. And then 3 times 3 damage against a target enemy, and then apply 2 burn. We could just leave the one that's getting staggered. There's not much of a huge benefit to going for them right now. Apply that extra burn. So why does my health bar have a little bit of purple on it, huh? What's that about? Also... Oh, that's Eagle Eyes is what's letting us yoink their abilities. Okay, yeah. That checks out. Don't need to worry about using up our green energy. Nobody else can use it, and we'll just do a little murder. Do a little murder as a treat. No new worthiness. All right. So, yeah, it looks like we have some kind of... We have, like, a corruption on us, huh? Or corrupted HP. Like, how and why? Can we get up? Can we get some high ground? Okay, we can void jump up here at the very least. You, come here. Come here so I can void jump on you. It won't let me. Okay. I mean, we'll just go for it this way. Who's more annoying? There's a slime man. Fire's easy for us to break. Earth is not too hard for us to break. I feel like I'm a little bit... Yeah, I'm a little bit more worried about breaking blue. We only have the one character that can do it. You're fighting an ooze. Its signature trait can be tricky to fight against, as it can deal increasing amounts of damage if left unchecked. Well, hey, okay. We can press square to inspect their features in combat. I mean, okay. Applies 2 poison to self whenever poison triggers on this monster. Enemies also take damage from it. Oh, I hate that. Purge an enemy ether as well is appealing. We can make it so the one on the bottom can't do their special attack. I feel like I don't mind that. Damage and apply sidekick. I'm going to go ahead and actually pop this to stagger you while applying sidekick to myself, and then generate water and fire ether. And then, yeah, we'll start working on staggering here. Okay. We're not going to be able to do this next turn is the problem. We'll just work on killing him. Normal styles. So is it like after the fight, our health gets reset back up? No, you see, we took some damage. It's like not permanent, but it's like quasi-permanent. It's weird. Okay. We did get the grapple back. We can absolutely go for the stun there. I think we want to pop this first, but if we get the sidekick after, I guess that actually ends up working well. We don't have any AoE on anyone. We definitely would like to get an AoE move. So I like the idea of staggering the guy up top. We don't need to work on finishing him off this turn. Could be good, but we don't need to. I think it's more important to kill this one back in the back. Unless we... Because we're not staggering that. We could stagger it next turn. It's not too big of a deal. It's showing us the... Okay, so it's showing the health bars as if we are targeting each one of them. That's kind of nice, at the very least. Cat's environment is followed by a little bit of a Fire Fang. We'll work on it a bit. Does increase seemingly the damage. Ow. It's a lot. Apply dodge to self. Apply sidekick to self. All right. Well, I definitely want to break you. Huge. Followed by, I think, yeah, even just... We don't need to do anything too fancy. Just a basic attack. Finish him off, generate more. Alright, we're good. We're good. We're good. Hurts a bit. Hurt a bit, but we're okay. We're okay. So we always get back up to full is... But what full is goes down, it seems like. Firestorm. I do think that I would like an AoE. Consume 2 burn among enemies as an additional cost. Generate 3 fire ether as a free action. That's super cool. 3 times 6 damage against a target enemy. The first hit is a crit. I'm going to go for the Firestorm, though. Bonus crit chance. Triggers burn on enemy. I'm assuming it means it applies burn, but maybe not. No, it probably just activates it. Whenever an ally triggers sidekick, shield both attackers for 2. For every 15 healing this monster receives or applies... On attack, heals the ally with the lowest health by 2 times 2. Wait. But I like the sidekick idea a lot. This rewards me for being... I mean, they both kind of reward me for being aggressive, but... Gained a monster soul. Found the end of the zone. You might want to use the map and see if there's any undiscovered spots. You can also teleport. Use the map to teleport to any points of interest. Zoop. Okay, so yeah, there's a little crate there. Up. Can we, like, dash across the water? No. Colossal sword that must have been carried by a colossal human or monsterkin. Not something even bigger. Okay. Nope. All right. That's kind of annoying. Would jump. We got like a... Yeah, we got a monster fight here. I feel like I don't have a lot of green here. Let me just get a refresher here. So we have the rapid fire. Whenever an enemy gets attacked for the second time, triggers burn on them. Ignite applies burn. Yeah, there's apply and there's trigger. So I think it's just, I think it is a separate, like, a fully separate thing. Boom, and applies sidekick to self. We're not going to be great at staggering these fools. Yeah, not at all. So I think we just want to go for a kill. And they all have roughly the same amount of HP. So since we're not staggering, let's just try and go for a kill here. Okay. So we go ahead and do the sidekick, sure. And then we go for that, and we apply yet another sidekick. Not bad. A kill from full without even messing with the stagger. Kind of nice there. Ow. So what is dodge? I'm assuming it's like a full... Is it a full? Evades every second hit of an incoming attack. Huh. Evades every second hit of an incoming attack. I wouldn't have guessed that. Each incoming attack consumes 1 stack, so you need 2 dodge to even dodge anything? Is that what I'm understanding correctly? So we have 4... Okay, so we can break this one. We can't break you. Apply dodge to self. You're not even taking any damage this turn, so let's just go for the stagger. You could just chill on that for a moment. We'll start rocking the sidekick so that we can, I mean, should we purges 1 enemy ether? I can make it so they can't do their attack. So they have to do a basic attack instead. Which is nice. Because we had a little bit of shielding. That we get to block some of that damage. And then maybe now we go for 2 times 3 to all. Meh. Chomp chomp. We got sidekick on. This should kill. Alright. Bye-bye, nerd. How do I cleanse this corruption? Apply sidekick to self and reactivates target ally. That's huge. That's really good and really good for our gimmick. 2 times 3 damage against target enemy. Cleanse 2 debuff from self and applies sidekick. I mean, reactivating and target out. That's just so good. That's asking for breakage. 100 ether crystals. Hello there. Congratulations, my dear Aethermancer. You finally found me. Excuse me? Suppose you heard tales of me? Don't think so. Sorry. So I take it you do not brave the void hoping to rescue me. No matter, I am Mike Leonard Golden, knower of all things, both the mundane and the arcane. In fact, I've just now sated my curiosity regarding the inner workings of the void. If you don't mind, I'll take my leave now. Permanently. Somebody's got to regale the fine folks of Pilgrim's Rest with tales of the void, you see. Suppose that path behind you should be safe enough. By rescuing this character, you and your monsters have formed a bond to Pilgrim's Rest. You've received 2 corruptions cleanse. Good. How do we know where we're teleporting to? Oh, I see. It's like a very light. Merchant, Ether Spring, Gold. I'm going to go here just to see if we can answer the question about the corruption. My assumption is yes. Wait. Can we have 4? Oh. No, I'm happy with my squad for the time being. Thought that would be the string, you know? Experience boon at the end of combat, 25% chance that one of your monsters gains an extra XP. Cleanse 1 corruption from every one of your monsters at the end. Oh, I mean, these are good. These are good. This is, I mean, sorry. As much as I like the idea of corruption, an extra experience at the end of every fight. That guy was hiding behind a tree. Oh! I love that little thing. We do not have nearly enough water to really proc that stuff. So we're missing a water, right? Yeah, we're missing a water. So we could just go for a basic attack, I guess. But your basic attack does apply burn. Well, it doesn't apply burn, but it triggers burn, so we can stagger with it. As well as reactivating the sidekick bonus. That seems all worth it there. So, we are taking some damage in the middle. This one's so weird to me. Like, I kind of want to do it just to see what the hell is up there, but, like, more importantly, I don't think it's in our best interest to waste that when we could be generating energy here. Whenever your monsters take a certain amount of direct damage from enemy actions without being protected by shield, they take corruption. Lowers their starting health in every following combat, trying to... Well, okay. Just have shield. Easier said than done. So am I limited to having... Like, I have to go for specific strats then, or what? Surely that isn't the case. Sidekick has to be a single target, right? It says targeted enemy. Wouldn't matter anyways. We wouldn't be able to do both. So, okay. We could apply both. I feel like that's a mistake, though. I do like the idea of trying to stagger the dragon. He's very cute, and I like him. So with the sidekick, do we apply water as well? Doesn't matter, we break it regardless. It's the triple attack. Alright, no kill. Life is unfair. We can just get a murder up top. I think that that's the answer. Yeah. Get a little bit of shielding and all. Fire Fang. I'm going to apply sidekick to yourself as well. I can't stagger you, but I can make it so you can't do your special ability. But more importantly, I bet we could find a way to just get a kill. Go for the attack with the sidekick. I mean, this guy's gonna kill us, though. Fine. Fine. You get out of here. We'll work on that. We have a little bit of shielding already. You're already doing a basic attack. So we'll reactivate up here. Feels right. You steal an energy, but, like, it's kind of what's the point? So go for the ignite, apply a little bit of burn. Get an extra trigger. Generating a little bit more shield. So we can block a decent amount of that damage. Okay. Now die. Alright. Not too shabby. No bonus XP, I guess. Same thing. Yeah. Gain a banner, rare equipment. Aura. All allies gain crit chance and evasion. Basic attacks generate an additional wind ether. Increase this monster's max health by 5. Sure. Why not, right? Monsters. I feel like this will heal me. Must be a blessed pawn. For a simple offering of coin, it may cleanse one's soul, or so the story goes. How much gold do I have? Do you want to... Do I have 10 gold? Just wondering if that was going to do damage to me, like corrupt me. It's over at the high ground. I mean, if there's 2 that require blue ether to break, that's definitely going to be a little bit sketchy. Because we have to spend a lot on that way. Okay, we can get an easy break and apply sidekick. I like that. Okay, sidekick applied. Who's taking... I mean, top and bottom are taking damage. I'll go for you. Apply a little bit of extra burn. Oh, baby. Sayonara, sucker. We ended up taking damage on the only one that's got damage coming. Whatever. Okay. 2 times 3, so we could get a kill on the bottom. That feels ideal. That feels ideal. We just need to generate a little bit more. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Never mind. We actually have to try. Reactivates target's ally after applying sidekick to sep. Actually, I like that a lot. Generating even more. Also, applying even more sidekick. And thus, even more shielding, potentially. Or a little bit of shielding. I don't know, man. That feels fine to me. Obviously, we're going to take a little bit of smacking. Two times 6. Reactivate self. I feel like we're just going to go for damage. Just try and kill. That's it. We can generate more burn and then reactivate. So we're gonna get the multi-strike there. Okay, and then we could also just end up killing with you, can't we? Yeah, we could just kill. Let's just do that. Why do fancy trick? Just kill. Heals target ally for 2 times 3, and then generate a random ether as a free action. Holy crap. 3 times 7 damage against target enemy. This requires 3 and 2. Apply sidekick to self on interrupt. Okay. Applies power to all allies. Okay. When the enemy is staggered, killed, or now lack ether. That's really cool. However, the ability to actually cleanse now, or to actually heal, is probably wise. Oops, no, I know, I want the orb. On support action, converts one random ether into wild ether, and on action, a 50% chance to generate random ether. Put it on the only lad who's got nothing. Experience boon, I don't know if that's paid off once. Yeah, here. So what is a support action? Is it, I'm assuming it's going to be labeled as such. I would assume this is a support action. Right? Well, how would it not be? But maybe it's not. Who knows? So we can go ahead and stun this person entirely based off of the sidekick and reactivation thing. Yeah, the chicken's going to get mad. But, you know what? Actually, yeah, we pop you with this because then I can get 2 staggers in the same turn. I like that better. Yeah, I like that better. Okay. Not too bad. Yeah, that's, I mean, it's just not enough. Sidekick and reactivates, heals target ally, damage and sidekick, I mean, I like that. Getting the kill. With sidekick, this should be a kill as well. More than. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright. Do we convert an energy into a wild? Yes, it looked like we did. Yes. Because if we crit, we can stun. Nice. Because it does extra stagger. RIP. So if I use a potion in combat, does it heal corruption? My assumption would have been no. Aura, whenever an ally purges or steals ether, generates an additional ether of the same element. But allies take 1 more damage from all hits. Ooh. Every 3rd ether purged or stolen. I'm going to go for a first reroll here. On attack, consumes up to 1 fire ether to deal 5 fire damage hit and apply 3 burn. Okay, that's really fun. I like it. I don't care. It's very, very ether hungry, but like... Oops. Too many spices. Target monster generates 1 random ether and heals and shields them for 7. Okay. Hey. It's really easy to get stuck on the crystals. Which Loot drop. Epic. Sorry, loot drop epic. Sounds great. Corruption is constant danger. Yep. There are a few ways of cleansing. Successfully dealing with corruption by preventing and playing around it is one of your main challenges. I have noticed. So is that like, it wants me to... Is that the benefit for swapping around, I guess? Deck of cards is an artifact. Consumes all of your ether to generate 7 random. I mean, in a boss fight or whatever, sure. This is a champion monster. You might face them at the end of every biome. Get 2 actions per turn. They're tougher. You have to defeat them to advance. Come here. I have no choice to back out of this, I guess. Is that like an anything goes to break them? Well, most enemies have a simple poise weakness corresponding to one of the 4 elements. Some have special poise weakness. This is not weak to any of the 4 elements. It simply needs to be hit with a great amount of hits to be staggered regardless of the element, since his champion monster only loses 1 of its actions when it's staggered. Okay, so we, yeah, we love the idea of that. I'm just putting the shields on right now. Oh, we can only do 1 per turn. 3 times 2. I mean, yeah, generating the sidekick feels really beneficial. Okay. It'll only lose 1 of its things, but, like, we're kind of going to town. Sharoof. There we go. We do get a stagger immediately. 8 burn on them as well. Okay. Seems pretty good. I think we just honestly do something relatively similar. They have the extra damage. Okay. We can't stagger again, so we got the... It looks like the biggest hit. The thing that costs 3 or whatever. Pollen Blast. 4 times 3 versus 2 times 3. So, yeah, the scariest thing is happening to the one on the bottom. I'm just preventing with shield, right? Because, again, permanent corruption, or permanent-ish corruption, a little bit spooky. So, we have a wild ether yet. So we can go for these extra hits, even more burn, another hit, etc., etc. Go to town. Two times 6. I mean, we've kind of already done our thing a little bit, too. Sharoof. Turn 1 into a wild, theoretically. Does that... Oh. Wait. We can purge. So it just becomes a basic attack. Did nothing. Then you'll attack here. It'll do a little bit. No, that does nothing, too. Oh, you poor sap. Okay, so you got your stagger back. You got the burn. I mean, we should be able to kill here. Set up the sidekick once more. Persian Ether. Two times 6 feels like it would do more. clearly have some kind of, like, armor on you or whatever. Goodbye. Proc that burn. 10G, 30 ether crystals. That fight ended up being quite easy for us. That's how we got... Oh, maybe we just get 2 in general. As long as this monster has Sidekick, other allies gain 2 damage. Whenever Sidekick is applied to this monster, generate a random ether. On crit, do 3 wild damage per hit. I mean, these are all so good. I like the idea of the generator, especially because I'll have Sidekick. I generate it with the support ability, and then I convert one into a random. So, like, that is a very reliable source of mana cheating, basically. At the end of combat, cleanse 4 corruption. At the start of combat, apply Sidekick to self. Increase the damage of Sidekick on allies. Increase the damage of each wind hit. Sure. I'm assuming there's nothing down here. We've entered a rest site, safe place in between dangerous biomes of the void. The cauldron you see there is the monster meal, specifically prepared for your monsters, cleansing a large amount of your corruption. Okay. 20 corruption. I mean, hell yeah, man. And then there's this if I wanted to swap. Interesting, another Aethermancer. Who are you then, child of soul? Hey, you're familiar with my kind. That's unusual. My name is Sirius. Many things are known to us. Apologies, but who's us, and what are you doing here anyways? Why, this is our home, the Fractured Ruins. Is there a better place to be on Terra's stay? By us, I mean us, a humble trader, living a simple, modest life. And his associate. Say hello, Sally. Are you aware you're inside the void? Yes, the void. A natural part of our world, I'm afraid. Life and death, Aether void. With a chit-chat out of the way, perhaps you're interested in my wares. Care to buy anything? Whoa, the font. Whoa, why the font look like this? So this is common equipment. Grants an XP to a random monster. At the end of your turn, deal a water hit to all enemies. Damage equals 1 for every 5 healing received by allies. On interrupt, apply sidekick stuff. On every 4 attacks, apply power to self. I mean, that's good too. I'm a sidekick stan. What can I say? Blank memento. We'll get one of those too. However, I will walk up and I'll see if there even is more biome here. I'm assuming there is. Hello? Well, what do we have here? Another one of those ghastly void creatures. Oops. An Aethermancer. Your kind does not come around Pilgrim's Rest often, do they? Or at least they don't show up at my restaurant anyhow. That makes sense. Our kind doesn't eat or drink. How ghastly. Well, I suppose we won't have much to talk about then. Goodbye, sir. Unless those monsters of yours happen to be with a better appetite than you. Certainly. What do you have in mind, chef? Oh, you can call me Mern. My dishes will bring the best out of your monsters. I just know it. They can stomach it, that is. I never hold back on my spices, you see. I make my monsters stronger, but at a price. Seems risky. Risky? That's the most important spice of life. Grant a new perk at the cost of 7 corruption. $25 more crit. Can I do it again? No. Very, very cool. It won't let me, like... It won't let me jump up to that. Or past this wall. Is it currently under construction or something? Oh, it wants me to go down here. Alright, so yeah, it's a full-on new zone. Well, that is that, and that's going to do it here for today. That's where we will call this. We'll go for a little bit of a save and quit. It's really good. It's really good. Yeah, definitely like a little bit of quality of life improvements with a little bit of UI stuff. A little bit of... the enemy intents intents are there, like above the heads, but I'm sure as you play a bunch, you'd recognize what the symbols do, yada yada, but like, I mean, I guess maybe when keyboard and mouse support comes in, which is how I would probably end up playing, I'm sure you'll just be able to hover over what they do, but on controller there, which I'll say, because it doesn't have the keyboard and mouse support, it's messy and a little bit like, you just get to the point where you're like, hey, yeah, I'm just gonna... It's tedious to figure out exactly what they're doing each time, so you kind of just have to be like, I don't care. It is what it is. Who are they targeting? At least it shows who they're targeting with whatever it is, and you can assume it's probably damage, right? So, but yeah, it's really good. It's really good. I like it a lot. If you guys want more of this, let me know. Potentially we can play more when it's out or whatever. But yeah, my name is Aethermancer. I cover indie games every single day with an extra specialty in roguelikes, roguelites, strategy games, etc. I don't know. And creature collectors. I'm a fan of creature collectors, man. But hey, thank you for watching. Thank you, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.